I'm reading a book right now by Eckhart Tolle, and in that book he's talking about the human experience. He's talking about being a human being, right? That the human side of things is you going to work, you fulfilling your relationships, you being a mom, a sister, a cousin, a worker, whatever it is, you doing something, right? And then there's the being side, where it's you as a human being whatever it is in the moment. And that it's important to make that distinction, because what happens a lot of times is we get lost in the roles that we play. We associate our importance as a human being to being a mother, to being a CEO, a quarterback of a football team, a cheer coach, whatever, fill in the blank. We tend to get significance from that because we get attention from it. And if we let that role consume us, according to Eckhart Tolle, then we become that label, and we lock ourselves into something that we may be or may be more of, and we limit ourselves to experiencing other parts of life. When we become the human being, when all of us is present in the moment, we become more effective, and we're able to bring out that presence in somebody else. And so be cautious and be aware of the roles that you play and what value you give them. You know, if you're constantly having to feel like you need to do something, then according to Eckhart Tolle, you're the human doing instead of the human being, right? And for me, I know that there's a lot of times where there's always something that I need to get done. There's always a thing on the to-do list that I need to check off. And if I'm not careful and if I'm not mindful, I get lost in the list. And I get lost in the not finding the passion, the purpose of why I started in the first place. But if I take a step back, I take a deep breath, and I become more aware of who I'm being in that current moment. Is all of me present? Is my purpose there? Am I fully focused on what I'm doing at that moment? If the answer is yes, my experience changes dramatically. If the answer is no, then I'm not as effective in that moment. So it's a constant awareness of where you are in both of those respects. Are you a human doing, or are being a human being? And there's going to be a time and place for both, but you don't want to get lost in the role, and you don't want to assign yourself a label, because you're much more than that. I truly believe that you're a limitless thing, a human being that can do whatever you set your mind to. And if we're saying that I'm just a mom, I'm just a worker at such and such company, I'm just an average person, then when we say those things about ourselves, we lock ourselves into that identity. And it's hard for us to have something other than that. We lock ourselves into a certain belief system that doesn't allow us to expand our ideas or elevate what we feel and what we think about ourselves. So when we become aware of those thoughts and we become the thinker of the thought, or when we become aware of what we're thinking, we elevate ourselves above our thoughts and our emotions, and we become present in the moment. And that is not easy to do. But if you can practice and cultivate that skill, I think you're going to find a lot more value in your life. You're gonna find in those easy moments, in those everyday moments, miracles. You're going to find the adventure in a smile, as Tony Robbins says. You'll find that people are so much more similar than you thought, and you're going to be able to notice much more when you're not in your head and you're actually in your experience. So do things that are going to make you better, but be more aware of where you're at in that moment. Be a human being. Be present. Be focused. Be there. Wherever you are, be there. But be all there. Because if your mind is somewhere else, you're losing your effectiveness. You're losing that efficiency. And that background noise is going to allow you to miscommunicate. It's going to allow you to not pick up on information that you might need to make that your point more clear. It's not going to help you with feeling your best. So, human being, be present in the moment, take a deep breath, understand that life is a beautiful thing, regardless of your situation, no matter how bad or how good it is. It can always be better, and it could always be what you want it to be. Your words and your beliefs about your situation, about your life, about who you are, create everything around you. And if you're projecting something that is confused or that is lost or scared or fearful, your experience is going to become that. You're going to notice those things in your environment. If you believe that life is this unfolding mystery with adventure and people that I have not yet met but I can't wait to meet, then life becomes this unfolding, fun thing, and it's much more enjoyable. But you have to remember that you're the creator of it. You're the story writer, you're the director of your life. And when you realize that you're always in control, something switches and other people see something different in you and you feel different, and you walk into a room, into your job, into your relationship feeling more empowered because you're the only one that can control you. When you let other people dictate your happiness or dictate your emotion, you give them the control. Don't do that. The only one that gets to make you feel the way you want to feel is you. Don't give that power to anybody else. All right? I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic night and keep killing it in whatever you're doing this week. Talk to you later.